G'day cocktail lovers, how are you? Hope you're keeping well. Look, I'll give you something a bit brighter to focus on than the various horrible things we're dealing with on a day-to-day basis in the news. Tequila Day! The 24th of July is Tequila Day. Because it seems like every beverage, every cocktail, someone somewhere has declared this is the day for it. And it's as good an excuse as any for a drink, quite honestly. Tequila Day, possibly the first thing that springs to your mind is a margarita, the tequila drink in many ways. Nothing wrong with a margarita, great to kick back with, but I thought I'd do a slightly lesser known tequila cocktail to celebrate the day. But I did find out, upon looking up tequila drinks, there was a drink called the Picador, and the recipe for that is actually the exact recipe for the classical proportions of a margarita. And the Picador predates the earliest print record of a margarita by more than 15 years. A Mr. W.J. Tarling's 1937 Cafe Royale recipe book has the recipe 2 ounces of tequila, 1 ounce of triple sec, 1 ounce of lime juice. And some 15-16 years later, that would be published elsewhere as a margarita. Apparently, margarita was a more marketable name than a picador. The picador faded from most people's knowledge, but that's just a little fun fact I picked up while deciding what tequila drink to make. The drink I'm going to make for you today is called the Amatitan twist, or Amatitan twist, Amatitan twist. There wasn't a pronunciation guide, so I'm not actually sure what that word Amatitan refers to. I guess I could have looked that up, but I was really just looking up the ingredients. So this is a slightly unusual one. I'd never heard of it. It's got some interesting sounding components in it, and I thought this is the one I'm going to go for. So without further ado, let's make an Amatitan twist. Obviously enough, we have our tequila. 2 ounces, 60 mils of Blanco tequila. Gonna go in, and this is a stirred cocktail, so that's going in our stirring glass. It also calls for 1/4 ounce of maraschino liqueur, 7.5 mils, which I will pour from this gloriously 70s reminiscent bottle I have. Just 1/4 ounce going in. The recipe I found also called for 1/4 ounce of yellow chartreuse. I happen to not have yellow chartreuse, but I do have a really good local substitute. This is an Australian outback liqueur, Ochre Gold. It's not quite as strong and sharp as yellow chartreuse. It's made with Australian herbs and botanicals. It's very nice. It's a very acceptable substitute. So I'm putting 7.5 mils of Ochre Gold in. The final touch is 2 dashes of bitters. Recipe I found suggested grapefruit bitters. I don't actually have grapefruit bitters. I have a lot of different bitters I could have chosen from in my collection. And after a little bit of a taste test, I decided I was going with this one from Bittermans that they call their Tiki Bitters. It's got cinnamon, allspice, island spices. So it's really nothing like grapefruit, I guess. But I really like it. And just by the by, if you're ever looking for slightly more exotic bitters, further than just the Angostura bitters, Bittermans make quite a range, and I've never been disappointed with anything I've got from them. So I would thoroughly recommend trying them out. So I'm going to put in some, just I guess 2 dashes of Tiki Bitters. Now we stir our cocktail 20, maybe 30 seconds, get it good and chilled, maybe tame that 2 ounces of tequila a little bit, and pour it into a glass that we've had chilling in the meantime. No need to double strain this one, putting it straight into a coupe glass. It's got a very nice golden hue to it. It's coming from the Ochre Gold. You'd get a similar hue if you used yellow chartreuse. Let's give it a taste test with a... It smells good. Well, unsurprisingly, the tequila is coming through quite strongly. It's a good showcase for tequila. That's most of what's in here. But it is getting a nice contrast. The herbal notes from the Oak Gold, same as you get herbal notes from a yellow chartreuse if you use that. And it's lightened a bit by the maraschino. It's just... no, that's good. I've never made this one before. That's a really good balance. If you're a tequila fan and you're looking for different ways to enjoy it, rather than just a margarita, as I said, nothing wrong with a margarita or a picador and all the dozens of variations of a margarita. But yeah, something that's very tequila forward. This one, the Amatitan, again, that struggle with the pronunciation. The Amatitan twist is a little bit of a twist on the tequila. Well worth trying out. So if you're marking Tequila Day, maybe you'll try this one as well. I'd love to hear from you if you do. Or what's your go-to tequila? Are you a margarita person, or do you have a different way you like to enjoy your tequila? It's a fairly flexible drink, and it's the day to enjoy it. 24th of July, Tequila Day. Cheers.